So if it's organic, it's really just the organic side of it. And so Travis Kelce scores a touchdown, you're going to show, or you should. And so I think Mike is as good as at his job as anybody ever. I mean, this guy's been a part of a gazillion playoff games and Super Bowls. So to me, you should go ask him because he knows more than I do.
Tony, it's stunning to you that the whole husband-wife thing took on a life. It was supposed to be a joke. I think it was supposed to be a joke.
It was a joke.
And all of a sudden, people are like taking you serious and like you're the man.
I don't mind. I mean, that's just part of, you're doing TV for 3 hours live, 3.5 hours live. So, they can't always get your humor, not everyone. Some people are tired watching a game. They don't want to hear a lot of noise. Some people are animated, and this is the biggest game ever, so they want more energy from somebody. It's like, it just depends on the mode and the mood that people are in. So, to me, I think that I like to provide levity sometimes. And I kind of like some people get it, and I kind of talk about it where it's like, almost like I'm talking to my friends, where I sit there and I go, we'll see if they get it. And if you don't, you don't. But I'm trying to get it.
I love plays.
All right, I'll bring it back this
So
week.
have you kind of like dialed that back intentionally?
I have, but you want me to bring it out this week?
Tony,
All right, I'll bring it out.
Tony, it would be amazing if that prediction came true. No, the tight end and the pop singer prediction.
Oh, yeah.
Tony,
Who's going to win next Sunday?
We'll see. The game's going to be played on Sunday. Both these teams are great. It could be either one. They're both worthy.
Tony, if Patrick Mahomes finds a way to win this Super Bowl, where does he rank all time for you?
It's a great discussion. I talked about it earlier, but one of the best things for Patrick Mahomes is the fact that there's a Tom Brady sitting out there. As a kid, the Super Bowl is everything to you. It's what you dream of, and you go win that. He's already done it now twice. But it's like Tiger Woods having Jack Nicklaus's records on his wall. He's chasing that. So this would put him to 3. And if he gets there, you're like, he's got a shot, right? But these seasons are precious. They're not guaranteed the next year. Patrick makes it seem like it's guaranteed because he's that special. But they're not. It's hard to get here. It's hard to get in the AFC Championship game. He's been able to do it 6 straight times. But these games don't come around that often, so it's a big one.
Obviously,
This was a
football.
lifetime ago, but what was it like when so many people were focused on not playing? Like, who is he dating? Where are they going? People magazine pages. Did that take so much control? What was that like at that time?
What are you asking for? Are you talking about Travis?
Travis, like what he's going through right now. I mean, can you?
He's just trying to date somebody that he likes. And I mean, they're getting close. And I mean, I know this, like, the passion of this sport and seeing, him go out and do what he loves and be great at it is a joyful thing. Same way that he's going to watch her. And I think that in a perfect world, they wouldn't have all of the media attention around it. But the truth is they're just too dominant at what they do. They're both special people. But I love their hearts. I think they're both incredible human beings who are super genuine, treat people the same no matter what walk of life you're in, and you root for people like that. You really do, and I think they're two really unique, special people.
You and Taylor shared a moment. She respects what you do, and obviously you probably respect what she does. What was that like, I guess?
Yeah, I mean, it was normal. It was like two people talking, but I mean, she's just, her talent and ability is rare.
You're probably already asked this,
Super
Tony.
Bowl question with Bill Belichick. How surprised are you that he's not going to be coaching next year? And what is the NFL losing out on by not having him in the league?
Well, I definitely thought he was going to be hired. I mean, we're talking about the great and powerful laws now. I've been around. I've talked to every coach. I've talked to so many coaches now, so many players. I played against so many of them. I've probably learned more from Coach Belichick than any other coach. So this guy knows football at a level that not many coaches know. He'll be hired next offseason if he wants it. And I also know Bill and the fact that just because you guys don't think that you didn't hear about him getting interviewed or someone didn't offer him a job doesn't necessarily mean it's true. It's like, I think he's waiting for the correct fit. But you want a football coach If I'm an owner, he's at the top of my list. I can tell you that right now.
Speaking of coaches, what do you think of Coach AP?
Say it again.
Speaking of coaches, what do you think of Coach AP and the Raiders hiring him?
AP? Oh, Antonio? Yeah. I played against Antonio Pierce. He's incredible. I think he's got the pulse of the players. I was so happy that Mr. Davis decided to hire him because Antonio's going to figure it out. Now, he's in a very, very difficult division. You've got three of the best coaches ever in Sean Payton, Andy Reid, and now Jim Harbaugh. So it's going to be hard to win any of those games. However, I do know this. The Raiders are going to play hard. They're going to be smart. They're going to be physical. And he's going to give them the best chance for success. So I love the hire. I think that was the correct call. I'd have done the same thing.
Tony, how did
playing professional football prepare you for the broadcast booth?
I mean, it prepares you. It's such a different world in the way that it goes. But me studying, trying to gain any advantage, that's probably the biggest thing that's helped was just understanding. I mean, at its core, the game will never be away from you because it's still just math and leverage. It's leverage and angles and your will. And, you know, if I ever end up coaching one day when my kids are older, my defense is going to be called the law defense. Leverage, angles, and will. This game is always going to be about that. It's math. It's leverage, angles, and your will. And, you know, we talk about tackling, blocking. It's true. You block, but you block on an angle, trying to move someone. Leverage, and then it's your will. So, to me, that's what this game is about.
Hey, Tony, you probably asked us already about the fantasy event that was here a few years ago. Now, if someone told you at the time, and you were kept from going to that with several other players, that there'd be a Super Bowl here. I mean, it's a pretty quick turn.
Yeah, it just shows you the evolution of the sport and just society and everything. It's just a great thing that everything is here now. I love it. I think it's awesome, and we're fortunate enough to be doing the first game in Vegas, and I think that's a great thing. And I'm excited to do the game here.
But are you kind of shocked that it happened so quickly? I mean,
you see just life right now. It's like even the news cycle.
Yeah.
This will be gone in 2 days. Like it happens, and then people move on. And
yeah.
I think that's a good thing in a sense because it's why this sport is so unique. It's live. It's in front of you. It's being played out. It's rare to get 100 million people or more watching. I mean, our divisional game had over 50 million people watching. That wasn't even the AFC Championship.
Yeah. And
it shows you that people want something they can't predict. They don't know. They want to see it play out right in front of them. And that's our job, is to hopefully provide them with the knowledge of who's going to win and make it enjoyable. And I think we do a good job with that.
Thank you.
The Bears own the number one overall pick.
The Bears own the number one overall pick.
Go ahead.
What do you think they're going to do?
Say it again?
The Bears own the number one overall pick. What do you think Chicago's going to do?
Well, the process is this. You have a lot of time studying your quarterback, right? So that's Justin Fields. Now your job is to go study the quarterbacks in the draft, because we know the quarterback position is the most important in the National Football League. And when they make their decision, it won't just be should you take it or not. It'll be the evaluation process. Is there a quarterback that you think is better than your quarterback? And if they come to the conclusion that one of the guys are, then they'll do that. If not, then you go with Justin. And I think Justin has made great strides and done a great job and provided a lot of, areas to where you'd be really confident in him coming back. I mean, they were on a roll there at the end of the year. But you got to get rid of that in your brain as a front office and just go into the room and just sit and watch the tape and see. And then go watch them at his pro day, watch them at whatever, the combine, wherever they're at, talk to them and see if this is the future of your franchise. And if you don't feel 100% confident in that, then I think you'd feel comfortable with Justin Fields.
Tony, what's your evaluation of the Cowboys?
Say it again.
What's your evaluation of the Cowboys?
Yeah, I just talked about it a little bit ago. I just think, obviously any Cowboy fan, anytime you lose in the playoffs, it just rips your heart out. That moment. This one was obviously very tough, but I think what they've been doing, they've built up. I'm good. They've built up, the ability to be one of the top franchises year in, year out. But you're always going to be evaluated on what happens at the end of the year. But every team is going to have to improve, except for one. One team figured it out. Every other team is going to go through that in their own city, that we weren't good enough, we got to figure that out. And
I heard about your son's basketball games. You're a funny guy. Let's keep running.
They're going to have you're going to see every single sport here. It's a great city. Once you're here, you love the vibe. You just love, the fans and how into it they are. The environment is special and unique, and Allegiant is one of my favorite stadiums in the entire world.
Do you remember your first visit to Las Vegas, Tony? What that was like? What do you think about the city? Thank you. Your first visit, I've seen you do a lot of events here in Las Vegas, but do you remember your first visit here and something about what
I don't actually.
what you think about the city
It
generally?
was probably here to gamble one time, I'm guessing. I mean, it's got to be like a trip with the guys back when I was a young guy. And some veterans probably were like, we're going to Vegas, after the season. I was like, okay, I'll tag along. But I love the city. I think my wife's coming in on Thursday, and the one thing I don't think everyone knows, who doesn't live here or hasn't been here enough, it's not just like late nights of partying or anything. You obviously have that, but there's so much fun stuff to do. Like for me and my wife, we're gonna go to a show, an environment, something that you've never seen before. And I'm like, it's just so unique to Las Vegas. That's just a rare thing. You can't go to any city and be like, we're gonna go somewhere. It's like going to something you've never seen before. It's here. You can go do that. I think that's a really unique gift.
Have you picked a show?
I can't tell you. She'll read it. I got it for a surprise.
Some suggestions. I've worked here since
I would actually like to hear it.
All right.
What do you got?
The search show.
Is that the one where they dive?
Yeah. Can she handle
That's
raunchy
the
humor? Absolutely.
She can.
Absolutely.
To a level.
Absolutely.
ABSY.
ABSI. It's like the drink. It's
Gotcha.
a Caesar's Pep. She can handle it.
What is that? Just like a comedy show?
It's burlesque comedy. Cirque spoof.
Okay.
It's funny as hell.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, I like it.
All right.
I mean, I know me and my guys would love it. I'm like, my wife,
That's the key.
I might have to look
If
that
she
one
can,
up.
It's the best show in the city.
She's a good girl at heart.
Bill Cowher thinks that the Niners have the tools on defense to affect Mahomes and Chelsea. This is happening. Do you think Mahomes will find solutions?
He'll always find solutions to make some Patrick Mahomes. The biggest difference is affecting him before he can find the solutions. So if you're able to get to him before he's able to figure it out, then you have a chance. The other part is stopping the run. If the Niners can stop the run and put him in obvious passing situations, now you have a better chance to confuse him. But it's hard. And he picks up on things very quickly, which means your offense. I think the Niners, San Francisco's done such a great job, Kansas City's done such a great job, 8 straight playoff games of scoring on an opening touchdown. That calms everyone's nerves. The defense plays differently. You call the game differently. This game, in a lot of ways, could come down to the opening 2 series of the game.
Tony, you mentioned your wife a minute ago. How has your family impacted your career?
It's been everything. I mean, I don't even know where I'd be if I didn't have Candace Romo. She's a gem, but these last 4 or 5 years have been my favorite time in life, and I loved every bit of being a quarterback who tried to will his team to the Super Bowl, and I wasn't able to do that, and that'll always tear me apart because you give everything to it. But just the gifts the Lord's bestowed upon me to have Candace and the kids, Hawk, Rivers, and Jones. This is a really special time. I mean, 11, 9, and 6. These 3 knuckleheads are really, really fun to be around, and I love this time period in my life.